when woke was at its peak.
Hmm.
Um, that I guess I just have accepted that I'm a little ableist. Welcome to Out the Trunk with Jordan and Darius. My name is Darius. That's D's all up in your area on all socials.
And I'm Jordan. That's Jordy be writing on all socials.
This is our segment where we like to let you guys know what's going on, what's on our mind, what we saw on the internet. Are you familiar with MLB PA director Tony Clark? I believe his name is.
The name sounds familiar. Yeah.
He was a great baseball player, but that's beside the point. He recently had to resign from being the director of the Players Association, which is
Oh
their
yeah,
union,
yeah,
because he was caught having an affair with a subordinate. But that's beside the point. The subordinate was his
yeah.
sister-in-law,
I saw
which
the
begs
pictures. I saw the pictures.
the obvious internet question. Sister-in-law can be one of two things. So, which is the
Yeah,
tougher affair to explain? Your wife's
yeah.
sister or your brother's wife? Which
Your wife's
sister-in-law is
sister or your
worse to
brother?
have to explain to people?
Um, ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna go wife sister. Um, because yeah, I'm just gonna go wife sister. I don't even know. I don't know. Because there's just no explanation there.
I mean,
Like you hear people of like situations where like a sibling something horrible happens and then they marry like that kind of thing happens, but the wife's sister, there's no reason for that, and everybody's alive and healthy. I don't know. That's pretty nuts.
you can be like, look, I like the gene pool so much, I went in for a double dip.
That I mean, I guess, but did you see the picture of both of them? There's no
No.
explanation for that. There's no dog. Respectfully, she snuck on Earth. I don't know.
I don't know what these women look like. Tony Clark's affair people.
Oh, Google it, dog. That shit. I saw that shit on like TikTok or something somewhere. I was like, is that AI or something? I thought it was like I thought it was a set photo from like the Bride of Frankenstein.
Okay, I was expecting worse.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, he's a damn near 60-year-old man. Like, he's
Well,
not.
maybe I just saw a really bad photo then, because the photo I saw, I,
She
I
is
don't know.
she is age appropriate and, like, as the kids say, they are looks matched. And
That's
so
fair.
I think the harder conversation to explain would be your wife's sister because
Like, how do you even get that close? You know,
well, I mean it's
I,
possible.
I mean,
But like
yeah, but just
which man,
like a
that's
full-on affair, dude. Like,
I mean, lost his
that's
imagine like you lost your job and that's the second piece of bad news for the day. Like that's the
oh yeah, that's.
that's not even the worst of the news you have.
Oh, right, they work together. I keep forgetting they work together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
That's the
okay.
whole reason he lost his job.
Right.
I would rather have to have the
Yeah,
conversation with
that's worse.
because okay, I got it. Wife's sister, you could divorce and be done with that. Your brother's your brother forever.
Yes, your brother forever.
So I guess wife's the worst, the easier conversation to have would be
Yeah.
wife's sister, um, because they're a family, but you're only in there by marriage, which
Association. Yeah.
correct. And so, but your brother, he gonna be at Thanksgiving forever.
That's yeah, that's you. And so, but just by osmosis, you almost like have no choice but to fix it, or at least like be civil to one another. The other situation, like there's, if you, I mean, I don't know if they have kids or not. They have kids.
I imagine so. He's like 50,
Okay,
they've
yeah.
been
So
together a
right,
long
yeah,
time.
60 years old or whatever. So I mean, they probably have like you got, but they're probably old enough where the kids they can co-parent, and the kids are probably teenagers or maybe grown up at this point. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just feel like for one, that's your brother, and that's horrible, obviously, and I would never do it to my brother and vice versa. But like, you're going to see each other. Something's got to give at some point. Your ex-wife has no reason to ever really be cool with you again.
And that's
So,
her sister, not your sister. So
right, and you've ruined her relationship with her sister too. So like, you've ruined three relationships. You know, well, probably five or six considering there's kids too involved. So like,
the kids got beef with you and they aunt now. Uh,
Yeah. Like what? Who's gonna babysit them now? What are you gonna do?
um,
The grandparents got to pick a side. That's just
you
a lot of
know,
collateral damage.
don't fuck your coworkers, and if you do,
Yeah,
don't fuck your coworkers that are also your relatives. Let's go with
yeah,
that.
and don't fuck your wife's relatives.
Don't fuck your wife's relatives.
Yeah,
How about just don't have affairs? Those are
just
bad
don't
ideas.
cheat. Like that's the
Uh,
central theme of this podcast. Don't cheat.
you know, we don't always practice what we preach, but we will give you
But
good
if we're giving
advice
advice,
nonetheless.
but we're single, so we can't cheat.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You want to talk about the BAFTAs?
Yeah, yeah. The fiasco that happened, I believe Sunday night.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so for listeners who maybe don't know or haven't heard yet, the BAFTAs is basically the British Academy Awards. Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, who were both in Sinners, they were presenting. They weren't nominated for them. They're just presenting the award. And someone by the name of John Davidson, who they say has Tourette's, screamed out the
Well,
N-word with the
he
hard
does
ER
have Tourette's. He was
repeatedly. Well, he
diagnosed
does
with
have
Tourette's.
Sorry, he does have
Uh,
Tourette's. Yes.
right.
Um, he was there actually to promote a documentary, I believe, about Tourette's.
Correct.
Um, and he screamed it out, I believe, three times. And of course, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, you can just see the shock and restraint and what the fuckness on their faces as they have to just power through and continue reading the prompter. Um, did you see the video or you just
I did saw the
saw
video. I
okay,
did see
saw
the
the video.
video.
Okay.
It was not even on tape delay. They didn't edit it out, which I kind
Correct.
of
There's a
am glad they
2 hour tape
didn't.
delay.
Um, I'm kind of glad they didn't because I think visuals and audio matter and
Yeah,
things like
that's a good
N-word
point.
or when people mispronounce kill or suicide, like that's just not
Hmm.
words are these are real words and not curse. Well, that's a
And they
curse
have
word. Yeah,
consequences.
and they have
Yeah.
consequences, so people should hear them. I'm sorry, what were you gonna like? What were your
Oh,
mid
sorry.
thought?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a 2 hour tape delay. They did not edit the slurs out. Although they did manage to edit out a gentleman saying "Free Palestine." Interesting. Interesting dichotomy there. Um, and the BAFTAs came out and I believe apologized to Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo. The British Broadcasting Company, the channel that it aired on, apologized to Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo. Everyone except for the guy who said it has apologized to Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, which I find insane. And we
I
understand
get
that the guy has Tourette's, and there's a for people who maybe don't know, there's a condition inside Tourette's called corpalia, I believe it's pronounced, where that causes you to say screaming obscenities and slurs and all that, things of that nature. Um, I'm just gonna say the the slurs are involuntary, so just the fact that you scream that word at those people at that time at that award show, little a bit suspect to me, but I digress. So I just want to get your thoughts on if well, one, did you think that that part was involuntary, or was it he just being like, "Oh, I have a Tourette's, so I'll just scream this and say I have Tourette's."
um I've just realized, especially like when woke was at its peak,
Hmm.
um that I guess I just have accepted that I'm a little ableist. I'm just a little ableist, man. I guess this is just what it's got to be. I don't really have much patience for him.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just
Good.
don't. If that makes me ableist, I believe his condition is real, but I mean, you've lived with
Correct.
it your whole life. And like someone said, I'm sure if it were his like daughter's wedding, he would work around it and make accommodations to make sure he didn't like scream during her
Scream
vows.
it. Correct.
And so, disabilities are real, most of them.
Right.
But it is not the world's responsibility to just tolerate. If you were walking around
Abuse.
just punching people, are they just supposed to sit there and get punched? Or
And be
are
like, okay.
like,
It, yeah. It's like that scene from the
I guess
Joker.
I'm just a little ableist. I don't know.
Yeah, it
I don't
reminds me
know.
of that scene from the Joker where remember he had the condition that he laughed when he was uncomfortable,
Yeah,
and there's a scene where he was laughing on the bus because the lady didn't want him to like play with her kid, so he
yeah.
hands her the card, whatever. And it's like you can't just go around handing like everyone cards saying I have. because I just refuse to believe that he's at the grocery store and he sees a black person and that just randomly comes out like that. I don't know.
I mean, well, so this is a high stress environment and
Fair.
stressing, but no, like, you mentioned the bus and like there's ongoing like progressive discourse about like what to do with like people in mental distress on public
Hmm.
transportation. And I'm just like, lock them
Right.
up, throw them in an insane asylum. Like, what do you mean? Like, you don't, so we're just supposed to deal with insane people like pissing on a bus that smell
Right, because there's
bad
people that get naked in public and yeah.
and harass women, and I guess it's ableist to say that they should be institutionalized. Well, then I guess I'll be ableist. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Right. Yeah.
I guess that's
And
just
for
what I am.
and for me it was like, okay, guy had Tourette's, all right. Um, but again, the apology for me confirmed remove any ounce of sympathy I may have had for him, this guy in particular, not people who have Tourette's, obviously. That removed anything from me because I'm like, the apologies, like, I apologize I feel bad for the Academy or thanks for understanding, da da da. But it's like, you could just say, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so sorry that my tick caused me to scream that word at those people. You know what I mean? He
I
still
guess
hadn't said it yet. So
the
it's just like,
defense,
obviously, you're not sorry about that.
the disability advocates would say that in essence that's apologizing for your disability. Um, and I guess I just disagree with them. I don't know what to
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't believe
tell.
that. I don't believe that's apologizing for the disability
I
personally. Like
that's
it,
that's just an ism I have. I guess I'm ableist. I don't know what else to say.
I just yeah, and it's just interesting to me, everyone who's like has all this sympathy because there's a guy who's pretty famous who has some well-known mental health issues, and he said a lot of bad things about a certain groups of people, and he lost billions of dollars for that. And I didn't see any of these people copping pleas for him. So
Well, I mean,
where's the consistency?
there's plenty of people who got pleas for Kanye.
Well, fair, there were people,
Bipolar advocates. He can't. I've seen plenty of that.
but
I mean,
I saw minimal sympathy there.
um, you know, like I said, man, I I don't be buying into a lot of this anxiety bullshit.
Yeah.
I think people on the bus causing social disorder need to be institutionalized. And that person owes Delroy Lindo and MBJ an apology. And
Yes.
if that makes me an ableist, then where do I sign my able paper? I don't care. You're not gonna
Where I get
woke
my IS
shame
card.
me into pretending that I'm okay with any of this stuff. Like, no,
Right.
like I just
And by the way, an apology is free. That's not a consequence. It's not like, you know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, I hear the disability advocates, but I just disagree with them. I don't know what else
Yeah.
to say.
And honestly, I obviously I'm not an expert on this, but I remember watching this amazing documentary. It's called "I Have Tourette's. Tourette's Doesn't Have Me," and it's about the various, you know, tics that people have and things that they do to try to hide it and stuff. Like it was actually a classroom, a group of kids or kids that were in school who had different tics. And like this one girl, she had a tick who was it was like to scratch like her side. And so she would do things to cover up the fact that she was scratching her side. Like she would pretend to drop her pencil all day so she could squat down and be and you know what I mean? And just there was the measures that the kids and people in this documentary took to try to camouflage their ticks to uh blend into society was like it was sad, but you saw that there was an effort there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I just find it hard to believe that this dude at no point just decided to try to like, I don't know, cover his mouth, drink some water, take a step, take a walk outside. Like, I don't know. That just, this particular saying that word at those people in that moment, it just felt a little too on the nose for an involuntary tick to me. I'm not saying that's for all ticks, obviously, but like I've heard Tourette's outbursts before, and they're a little more sporadic than what we saw on that video.
I've said before, man, we need to bring back insane asylums. Like, just throw them in a padded room. We're good. Like, we don't
Well,
really.
I'm not saying people with Tourette's need to be institutionalized.
Sure. I don't know. Like, what would be
That's crazy.
what would be lost? I don't like you're just screaming in public, and scratching yourself and like disrupting. Like, what's lost again?
And even, well, I will say in this, to you said something earlier about like him being in a high stress environment. You're sitting down watching someone talk. What's stressful about that? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you
I guess
know,
the overall environment, if you
I
have a social
imagine if you
disorder.
were handed a ticket to the Academy Awards, you'd be pretty pressed that evening.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right.
Like,
You're right. That's fair. You're right. You're
like
right.
you're sweating through your pits. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Yeah.
oh my God, fucking Nia Long just walked past. Well,
Yeah.
she's not, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
some famous
For sure.
actress just walked past, you know.
Yeah, I would lose my shit. Yeah, for sure. You're
Yeah,
right.
like
You're right. That's fair.
the whole
Um,
ordeal is you're in uncomfortable clothes. The fucking lights are
right.
hot as shit. You know, like you
Yeah.
know, like you're in the movie. Like I imagine that's stressful.
That's true.
Um,
Um, but did you
but
see like it's the links? It's not even so much the guy who said it, because like you know it's also the people. Some of the links that the mental gymnastics people are going to try to defend the guy. It's like if you were just saying, "Hey, he has Tourette's, and so that's why I'm defending him." I disagree, but cool. But like I saw this tweet that went viral earlier today, and this girl was like, "You mean to tell me that because there was a report that came out that Michael B. Jordan was obviously disturbed by it."
yeah,
And she was like, "You mean he's disturbed by the word that he said a million times in Sinners?" And it's like, well, first of all, that's a character in a movie. You don't. No one gives a shit when Quentin Tarantino does it in the movies. So you're gonna give a shit when Michael B. Jordan does it in movies. Number one, number two, me saying, "Hey, nigga, what's up?" versus a white man screaming nigger at me while I'm on TV in front of all my peers in one of the biggest moments of my life is not even remotely the same thing.
that's so stupid. It's not even worth responding to. Like what are you
Yeah,
like?
I know. I didn't respond, but yeah, it was
She
just like,
doesn't
come
even
on, bro.
believe that. Like
Right,
it's
right, right. Exactly. It's like when white people are like, but you say it. Okay,
right.
nigga.
It's just like you don't even believe the words you're
You
saying
don't,
right
you're
now.
right. You don't believe that. You're hoping I'm stupid enough to try to argue with you, so we don't talk about the actual issue here. Um,
Someone was like, well, so that mean that people with Tourette's shouldn't be able to go to award shows? It's like if they can't stop from screaming at the stage, then no. I don't don't know. What do you want me to say?
And by the way, there have been the Oscars are next month. We're going to do a preview show on it. Tune in for that, viewers. But there's going to be the Oscars next month. There's going to be however many people in the arena or not arena in the auditorium to watch the awards. I'm guessing someone in there probably has Tourette's just doing math,
Yeah.
and I'm going to assume that no one in there is going to stream that word at any black people on stage.
Yeah, you know, and if you have a tick that causes you to scream obscenities, you should just not, you should be in a padded room. I don't know what else to say.
That's
I'm sorry. Like we need to bring back insane asylums. Listen, every teacher will tell you that if they have a class of 30 kids, there are two who just constantly ruin it for everyone.
Yeah,
Uh
that's true.
and just 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 expel the two. We have like why should they have the ability to ruin the education of the other
Everybody's
28?
experience. Yeah,
That's just an ongoing theme in society is that the bottom 2% of behavioral people with
hmm
behavior, just ruin it for everybody. You
that's
know,
true.
like
That is true.
why are they locking up the laundry detergent at Walgreens? Because 2% of people can't behave like normal people.
hmm
Right? So now when
Yeah,
I
like why
go
do you have to
to
have an ID to get NyQuil and shit?
so when I go to Walgreens, I gotta wait around to get some deodorant because people
Yep,
can't behave. So just lock them up.
that's true. That's true.
Just throw them away. Throw the key away. If you want a high trust society, you have got
Yeah,
to enforce social norms. And if that requires the
that's
arm of the
valid.
state, then we'll just do that. Okay with that.
That's valid.
Uh,
And I will say what is interesting about this conversation, and the one of the good things that did come out of it is like a lot of like people always think of like in Europe and England, and they act like racism isn't like a thing over there, but like a lot of the British actors who come over here, they talk about the racism that they face back home, in England. Like a lot of the British actors from obviously they're in the US, a lot of them are British Nigerian, and they talk about their experiences growing up being in England, being of Nigerian heritage or of African heritage, being dark skinned, kind of things that they experienced. Daniel Kaluuya's talked about it a lot as well. Like it's really bad over there too. Like, but because they're posh and the accents people kind of assume it's like everyone's accepting, and it's really, really not like that. My brother, he did study abroad one semester, and he's like, when I went over there, like it was the stare you get stared at when you're black in public, like that happens. But he's like, everywhere I got stared at because like there were just no black people, and it was literally they just were confused in my existence. You know what I mean? So I think that that is one good thing that did kind of come out of the conversation. I've seen a lot of on social media, a lot of people, black people who are English, saying like, "Yeah, no, it's really bad over there." Like, and they were like saying that if it hadn't been aired on TV and hadn't gone viral, a lot maybe the BBC wouldn't have gotten the flack that they did because they said like a lot of black people in Britain, they're more reserved just because of the culture. So they're less to hold people accountable when they do deal with things like that in public or racism and microaggressions. Obviously, this is an aggression, but you know what I mean.
Ain't nothing
So
nothing micro about
right,
being
right. There's
straight
nothing micro
nigger on
about this, right?
stage.
But
That's a
but they
heavy
like
aggression.
yes, that's a yes. That's like worst case scenario of Get Out. And
Oh
but they kind
man,
of
people have
talked
been
about
shot for less than that, man.
that is true. Yes. And like, but they're talking about how like they're kind of relieved because obviously Black Americans we're not going for that shit. And they're like, thank y'all for like supporting them because that's Loki supporting us because now like people are going to be a little now that they see there's consequences, they're a little less maybe a little less likely to be so openly disrespectful. Um, and then also the shitty part is like now no one's talking about like the award itself, like that,
I don't
Wunmi
even know what
Masaku.
they were presenting. I don't even know what happened after
Right. They weren't
that.
even they were just presenting an award. I don't even know who won the award they presented, but
To be fair, would we
like
be talking about the BAFTAs under any other circumstance? Like, did you
fair,
know they
that's
were
true.
happening?
Well, I
Because
knew
I
they were
sure as
happening
hell
because
didn't.
I'm a big movie guy, but like I would have tweeted about the awards and shit, or who won and shit, like Ryan Coogler was the first black director to win for best screenplay. That should be news, which also that's insane that happened in 2026, but um so yeah, but congrats to all the winners. Shout out, salute to Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo for keeping it. Unfortunately, having to have the grace that that gentleman did not. Um, Obviously, they should never be in that position. But we rooting for sinners, and this is sinners, pro black ass pod. So we're rooting for y'all.
Low key though, don't
Yeah.
lie. I'm finna go check out. I swear, it looks like a good movie. Uh,
Oh, did it? I didn't know. I don't know anything about it. I probably will check it out though. I
it
probably will
looks
check
like
it
a
out. I'm
good
not gonna hold you.
movie. I ain't
I'll
gonna
probably
lie.
check
It
it out. I'm
actually
not gonna
looks like a
hold you.
good
I
movie.
probably will check it out.
And I would not have
Seems
known it
pretty interesting.
existed without this. So,
Yes.
good
Yeah, I will say
promo.
there were a couple good jokes that did come out of the situation. One of them was they were like, if I was Michael B. Jordan, I would act so traumatized so I could get that Oscar.
Um, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but one would say it got us stop talking about that pedophile prince over there, and it got us thinking about a movie we didn't know existed. So,
True.
uh,
And then also, did you seen that viral clip of the show that Delroy Lindo was on a couple years ago? I think it's called like Good News or something like that.
yeah,
Um,
he was so good. I thought it was real for the longest.
Yeah, everybody thought it was
Uh,
real. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for the listeners, there's a scene where, of course, white people are having the conversation of why do black people can say it and we can't? And so his character just gets annoyed. It's like, just say it. And they're like, say what? Say the N-word. He's like, I can't say that. He's like, yeah, you can. You can say it right now. I'll say it with you. And and so everybody was like, they called his bluff.
all right. I guess that is true. Um, Video game, we're both gamers.
Yeah.
Are you pro or anti your girl playing video games with you?
I've played video games with a girlfriend before. It was fun. So I'd say pro. We were playing Crash Bandicoots. That's obviously a single player game, so we are just, Um, yeah, so I'd say pro. I'm down with that. I've dated some gamer chicks. They have my PSNs.
Nah, be a lady. Nah, man. Nah, I need you. I don't really nah. You could like if it's a story game, you watch and ask dumb questions and I'll pretend to be annoyed as I answer them. Or like, just like, do the leg on the lap thing. That's
Yeah,
cool. But like
I do love that.
pulling up a controller and playing video games with me, it's important that couples have their own hobbies. And I just what can I say, man? I like girly girls. I'm not into the whole
I
video
guess, but like,
game. Um,
like I like I like gamer girls. I like nerdy girls. I'm down with that. Also, like I feel like all the pretty girls now watch anime and shit now, so they're into all that kind of shit. So, um, yeah, I'm down with that.
I wish the anime girls all the best in their dating endeavors. But
Yes, I do. That's Baker Jordan 34 on PSN.
no, man, I just, it will be like I just, when she's watching her little what do you call them, reality shows and dating shows, like I'm not going to be
Yeah.
diving into that, so don't dive into my video games. You know, just when we watch football, like you just why do you know what's going on? It's weird. You're supposed to be like, oh, is that a touchdown? Like that's cute. Be cute. You're on mute. Uh, there
Hey,
you
have you seen
go.
those tweets where like a dude would be like, I was gaming, I was playing Madden, and my girl said like audible to a such and such. And everybody was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, dude."
You see the one where he was like, I went over a crib and turned the TV on. It was on HDMI one.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You're the side piece at that point. You're the side piece at that point.
Oh man, nigga was
Sorry
so
to this
comfortable.
man.
His PS5 was over there. Oof.
Yeah, oof,
Uh,
that's like 35 bodies.
my PS5 has literally not left my TV stand in like 4 years. I don't even know.
Yeah,
Like,
I've not. I don't think I've traveled with mine either.
and I done dated
Actually,
several women since then, and I ain't brought my PS5 over
yeah,
there. So like
yeah,
it is you that's a whole different level of comfort. He is laid up. Like
yeah, yeah, man.
he might live there. And I don't know what's going on why his
True.
PS5 ain't still
Yeah,
there, but that's deep, man.
yeah. I brought my PS4 to places, but I don't think I've traveled with my PS5 yet.
I'm lying. I did bring it home. I went to visit Minnesota and I was there for like
Right.
7 days and I brought it was a PS4 at the time. So I guess I didn't lie. The
Hmm.
PS5 hasn't moved, but the PS4 because when you vacation at home, you're on vacation, but everybody else isn't, like you're the only one
Right.
on vacation. So like during the
Everybody else is still
day,
working and living life.
I ain't but so much Maury and Judge Mathis I'm gonna watch. So during the day,
True.
I was playing God of War until people got off work and then we linked from there. So
Gotcha.
um how important is it for you to be close to your future wife's family?
Um, that's an interesting question because my answer for that has actually changed over the years.
Okay.
Um, like a few years ago, I would have said no, I don't give a fuck. Um, honestly, as I get older and I see more people's families and dynamics with their in-laws and the both sides of the family, I think it is really important. And it just also is when it's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the joining of families. Um, I would say if I get married, I would love to be close to her family, and vice versa. Because I know that's important for me for them close to my family. That's actually partially why I've ended relationships, quite frankly. So yeah, I'd say it's important. Or at the very least to be like have a good rapport and everyone to be civil to each other. I'm not with the whole I'm on your side of the family, they're gonna be mean to me, or you're with my side of the family, they're gonna be mean to you thing. Like I'm never gonna be a part of that. That's not a situation I ever think should just be like, oh, that's just how it is. Like I don't fuck with that at all. So I'd say yeah, it's pretty important. It's more so important that they're just like at least kind and respectful. But I think it would be important for me to have a good relationship with my wife's family.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I guess the first question is, well, does she have a close relationship with him? Because
Oh well, yeah, that matters. That matters too. That
because
matters.
if she don't, if it's fuck them, then why,
Yeah, if
But
it's fuck them, then it's fuck them for me too. Yeah,
yeah, the question assumes that she has a close relationship to it, and I guess I just don't. I'm not really an antagonistic person, so I don't understand a scenario with which I wouldn't.
yeah.
Moms love me, man. I've never really
Same.
had a girlfriend or whatever that her mom and her family weren't cool with me. So,
Yeah.
it's important in the sense that like I'm not one that likes a lot of friction in my day to day. And so
Right.
like if it's I'm cool. I ain't really I'm trying to minimize as much friction in my personal life as possible. So this
Right.
idea that like you pulling up for a plate or whatever and it's hostile from the get, like why, what happened?
Yeah. Right. Right. Like what?
How did we
Yeah.
get here? I don't even understand like what I mean. Now if there's like a merit, I feel like dudes who are in this situation ain't telling the whole story
Hmm.
because
Oh,
were
you like they
you
cheated or
treating
something?
their daughter, sister, cousin poorly, and that's why they
Right.
don't like you?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like what happened to which they ain't gotta be, your best friend, but like outward hostility that rarely manifests
Yeah.
itself out of nowhere. So like what happened?
Right.
Um, and so it's important in the sense that you want to be
Peace.
You want peace and you want to be amiable
Yeah,
with anybody that you have to regularly deal with. But I never
correct.
understand what's going on to where you're not in a situation to get along with them. Like I don't what happened?
Yeah, me too. I haven't really dealt with that a lot. I think I have dated someone whose mom I didn't like at all, but that was pretty much it. And that was just that wasn't even a function of the way I was treating her. That was just like we just didn't connect on a human level. We were respectful and whatever, but we were never gonna, what I'm saying? I was never gonna take her to lunch solo type shit. But yeah, I think like a lot of the women I've dated, like their friends were really nice. I love their family, vice versa, that type of shit. So, um, I guess I've been pretty lucky. I haven't really dealt with that a lot in situations where it was like a real problem. Um, and even like my friends who are married, their families are family to each other's family. You know what I mean? Like I'm friends with my friends' spouse's cousins on Facebook. Like I don't understand the like point of making someone you love's life harder by treating their spouse like shit. Like I really never understood that.
Yeah, like I said, there has to be an event that caused it, right? Like it's rarely
You
just,
would think, yeah,
a personality mismatch, which those happen, but
right,
to get to outright hostility is bizarre. Um,
yeah. Like my parents aren't together, and like my some of my mom's side of the family hadn't seen my dad in like a year or two because divorce and everything, and they saw him for I think maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas, Christmas maybe. And it was my uncle who's not super affectionate. He's like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you so long. You not just gonna dap me up, man? Give me a hug, like you know what I'm saying? Like obviously the marriage didn't work out, but they still are love my dad. Like when my grandma passed, it was my dad's mom and my aunts, my mom's sisters came to the funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like so I really don't. Uh, I don't understand that at all. Like I guess I've just been very fortunate with family, but it does make me sad too because like, I couldn't imagine like every holiday you're like, oh fuck, like you know what I mean? Like on your behalf or on your spouse's behalf, like that can't be. I mean, I imagine more people get divorced because of that than they want to admit. To be honest,
I just don't. Why though? I don't. I just don't. What
yeah,
happens?
I don't get it.
What happens
Um,
to where like?
I don't
Are you
know.
that disagreeable?
Do you think it's like a possession thing? Like there's that thing of like maybe like some people's like guys' moms being really possessive over them or shit like that.
I just feels like internet shit. I've never seen that in real life. Most parents are quite normal about their adult children dating.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't. I'm certain it exists somewhere, but like
Right.
the mom that doesn't like the new girlfriend because she's not good enough for her son. I mean, outside of Tyler Perry movies, I haven't seen that too much. Um,
Yeah, I think you're right.
I just don't, So I don't know. We'll talk about some eras of certain movies.
Yeah.
Got it?
Oh my bad. I thought you were gonna okay. Yeah, so I was watching the TikTok today and uh this girl, hold on, let me see if I kind of I do want to give her credit because it was really an astute observation. On TikTok, Chelsea chats forever, the four is the number. But she kind of broke down how the films that are popular in a given country at a certain time can kind of give away the state that the country was in or what the country's afraid of. And she broke down, how after the Civil War, there was a lot of, like Captain America, came out and all that stuff, and those comics and everything was really popular. How, if there was a certain virus or something like that that was going around. Maybe sci-fi was really popular, like 2008. There
This
was
is
this
all forms
swine
of
flu.
media. He's not saying Captain America the movie came after the Civil War. He's saying
Right, right. Yeah,
the source
sorry. Yeah, yeah,
material.
yeah. Sorry, forms of media. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Media
source
and
the
yeah.
source material for
I just thought about
eventually.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I knew
Man,
what you
Chris
were
Evans
saying, but
was
I wanted to
popping in
make
the
sure
40s.
I want to make sure that the people knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I appreciate that. So like, when the influenza was going around, there was kind of sci-fi movies, and when swine flu came out, there was like I Am Legend and all that stuff kind of came out and stuff, around that time period. I thought it was really really interesting because I'd never thought of it that way. I'm actually reading a book right now called Read Dangerously,
Yeah.
and it's about uh, the about book series and books in general and authors that have books that are basically kind of echo the times or that are submersively advocating for the resistance. So it's about things like the Hunger Games and Zora Neale Hurston, Ezra Coates, things of that nature. It's kind of walking you through history. I haven't finished it yet, so I'll give a better breakdown once I've actually finished it. But yeah, it just reminded me of that as well. So I thought it was really, really interesting. And so I want to get your thoughts on that and kind of kick it around a little bit.
Oh yeah, you could tie it back to the great the great awakening during Trump's first term. Like we got that
Yeah,
Slim and whatever movie,
Queen and
Queen
Slim.
and Slim, and
Yeah,
we got Get Out during
Get
that
Out.
era. We
Yeah,
got
Joker.
Joker. What we just got a whole bunch of not great, but
Mob. Yeah,
some
like
of those
mob
movies,
movies.
oh, very, very heavy-handed, woke movies came out during that period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could go to zombie movies tend to follow an era of disease. That is true.
Yeah.
The Roaring Twenties came after the pandemic of the 17 or the tens, the World War One
Yeah.
pandemic. So,
Right.
whichever one was that. And so yeah, I mean that makes sense. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, like the I believe the writer of I Am Legend, he was kind of growing up in the 80s when
Yeah,
the AIDS epidemic was really prevalent.
you got the postmodernism of the 90s, where you got a whole bunch of movie about just like bored white collar workers wanting to do something
Yep.
different. Fight
Fight Club,
Club, different things like that. So yeah, that
American
makes sense.
Psycho.
American Psycho. I think Eyes Wide Shut. It's actually
Yeah.
playing in the theater tomorrow. Might go see it.
Oh shit.
So yeah, that ties. So let me ask you, what kind of movies do you think will spawn from this era? We'll call it the inflation,
Yeah.
post-COVID stagnation slash inflation era.
Okay.
Um,
Are we throwing in the atomic bomb that is Trump's presidency, or because
because how
that'll
could we
impact it a
not?
lot?
Like
Right.
we
I
just
mean,
sure go
um,
for it.
yeah, I think so. I mean, I think even like, I remember during the pandemic, there was a movie that came out with Anne Hathaway and I think his name's Chiwetel. I can't remember his last name. I
Iwa
apologize, but
Jiwa or some shit like that.
yeah, yeah,
12 Years
yeah,
a Slave Dude.
yeah. And it's called I think it's called like Lockout or Locked In, something like that. And it's literally was made during the pandemic, and it's about like a marriage like breaking up during because of the pandemic, pretty much. You know what I mean? And the issues that were exacerbated by just being quarantined and all that. That was pretty dope. Yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of that coming out soon. I mean, they're probably writing them right now, so it'll be maybe a year or two before they go into production. But yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of movies about infrastructure. I think a lot of movies about diseases. I think we'll see. Obviously, we're gonna see a ton of political thrillers in the next 10 to 20 years for sure. Um, I think we'll see a lot more dystopian content. I think it'll be probably more heavy-handed than Hunger Games was, quite frankly. Yeah, I think I'm actually kind of it actually watching the TikTok, it actually kind of made me look forward to the content that's going to come out of this and the art that's going to come out of this. It's unfortunate that the time is going to breed the content, but I think it'll be interesting to see what these creators have to say about the times we're in right now.
Yeah, I can see it. I don't think you'll see much pandemic stuff. Most people don't actually want to relive that. If you
True.
notice after the flu pandemic of was it 1919, you didn't see a lot of
Hmm.
movies and content about that. Movies and
Yeah,
books about that just because people just wanted to forget about it. But that
that's
flu was actually like it killed half the fucking planet damn near. So it's like nothing like COVID. COVID was bad, but nothing like 1919. And so yeah, I think you'll see more economic strife in the movies than you'll see political thrillers. You're on mute again. And yeah, I guess I don't think you'll see much Trump stuff.
mhm.
Uh, I think by and large, you gotta keep in mind, man, Trump's been a political figure for 10 years. There are people who don't know a world of
Don't
politics
know.
before him. So like
Yeah,
he's normal. He's not he's not why
unfortunately, yeah.
he's not he's been on the scene for shit since 2015. That's 11 years. There are kids who are
Yeah,
18 who voted in the 2024 election who don't even remember a world before him, who weren't even have no
that's true.
memory of politics before him.
Yeah.
So I don't he's way more he's a normal like you saw it with you see it with prominent athletes feeling far more comfortable embracing him in 2024 than
Yeah, then
2016
they did 2016. Yeah.
because he's not atypical now. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. He's just a normal politician to them. And so
Yeah. That's
um
scary.
and
Um,
so I just don't think he's atypical to, a sort of hyper online person, but
yeah.
to regular people, he's just the president. Like, like
Yeah.
he really, how much content, well, I guess George W. Bush started a war, but like,
Right.
how much pop culture content did Obama's era spawn? Not much. He was
Hmm.
revolutionary and then he just was the president.
Yeah.
Like, like it just
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing with that is I think maybe like Jimmy Fox played a president in a movie. I think that's the only thing I can think of. Um, that's a good point. So I guess now I kind of want to ask you is, um, given the content we just talked about, it's like, do you think that because people are more socially and politically aware now that it seems like that will be the case, or do you think it's more so just that we're getting older and we're more aware, we're more um adept socially and things of that nature that we lean to consume that content more often?
so the question is, do I think that Trump is normalized because I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, yeah, no. So yeah, so this wasn't necessarily about Trump. This was more so about like the art making political statements about the times that we're in or social statements about the times that we're in. Do you think that it's that's just like the status quo of art? Like, I mean, we know that's the job of an artist, but do you think that's more normal than we've kind of realized because we're just watching movies and it's just part of our lives, or do you think it's that people are getting older and also this time is a little more obviously more politically charged than usual, so we're more so seeking out that content?
I think art sort of has stopped reflecting politics and the world at large because artists in general are no longer working class people. Um,
Mm,
like the most telling thing out of COVID was how the rap music was not at all like it
about it.
just they were
Yeah.
making club songs during quarantine, and that's
Yeah.
because it's an algorithm now.
Hmm.
It's a job. People treat movies and music like accountants. And so you're
Hmm.
not really, and they're so rich now. And so you're not really seeing the art reflect everyday lives because the artists aren't, you know, from Marcy Projects anymore.
Right.
I remember I saw it was a viral video of the NBA and I think it was 2006. Ben Wallace was still
Yeah.
around,
I
and
saw that
people were
video.
like, "The NBA used to be black as hell. What happened?" And it's like the NBA is still black as hell. They're just filthy rich now. They're not
Yeah.
working. They're not inner city working class black people.
Right.
They're suburbanites. They're
They're
the
the kids
child
of
of
those kids.
not even that. They're just upper middle class black people. So
Yeah.
dad's an architect, mom's a nurse. You went to private school. You were probably in AAU from the age you were when you got your first growth spurt at 13.
Hmm.
Um, what connection do you truly have?
True. Yeah.
Like it's just, the last generation of shit, Durant might be the last um,
Yeah.
you know,
Star that was. Yeah.
from
Um.
regular, like not even from the trenches, because I think we tend to glorify the trenches, but just from like a working class regular household. Like,
Hmm.
you know, the NBA it's violin now. You gotta
Yeah.
it's violin lessons. It's not just throw a ball out and get a run in. It's
Right.
violin
It's a
lessons.
country club
So
sport now.
right. And so that's why I think that the art won't really do much as far as like reflecting the times is just
Hmm.
the people who make it are just no longer like Spike Lee couldn't even happen anymore. Like it just,
Mm.
like I just don't think that that's a Spike Lee these days would have to get into some, Juilliard art class to make a movie and learn artistic
Right.
filming, and you'd only get that from some, artist. It's just not the same.
That's true.
Especially specifically like black art. And it didn't hit me until COVID when we were locked in. And I mean, what is this seminal rap song that described that era? Like there isn't one. Like, the whole world shut down, 1 million people
Yeah.
died, uh, complete turmoil, and the music didn't change. And so,
You're right.
like,
You're right.
could you imagine, like, when the LA riots
That's why
happened,
Versus was so popular because it felt like they were in it with us.
right? When the LA riots happened, the music
The music
reflected,
reflected the time.
you know, um,
Yeah.
the crack epidemic, the music reflected it. Hell, the AIDS epidemic, the music reflected it.
Yep. We haven't
COVID
heard one
was
song about any of this shit in the last
no
5 years.
nothing because the rappers aren't. They're just it's a job. It's something that they're
Yeah.
good at that they make a lot of money at, but they ain't really locked in like that. Want to get to this listener feedback?
Yeah.
All right. So the conversation we had the other week, maybe it was last week, I don't know what the release schedule about concert
Yeah.
tickets and me saying that concert is a luxury item, you don't have to go.
Hmm.
Um and the feedback was FOMO is real. And the reason why people get stuck in the rut is they feel like they have to experience these things. And they're overpriced because they know people will pay. And
Yeah.
people will stretch themselves to go because of FOMO. And I take that point,
That's a really good
but
point.
what do you have to say about it?
And that's a really good point because the thing is with social media, you feel like you're literally missing out on everything. Like if you're say you're at home on a Friday and you're gonna go out on a Saturday,
Yeah.
but you're at home on a Friday and you're scrolling and you see people showing their highlights of their Friday night and you're like, damn, I missed out on a good night. Like, you know what I mean? So if it's in your city and it's a big concert that everybody's going to and you're like, I'll sit it out. But then you scroll and you're like, fuck, that looks so fun. You know what I mean? Like it's, even like I think like there and we work out and stuff. It's like there are days where I don't go to the gym and then I'll be like, I'm good because you need rest. But then I'll be scrolling and my algorithm's all like fitness
Giving
influence, and I'm
people,
like,
yeah.
damn it, I got fatter today. Like it's just I feel like there's a well, one social media creates uh curates and creates FOMO. I think that's kind of the job of social media, and it also is I believe it a byproduct of that is just instilling a sense of inadequacy in people. So even if there's something you didn't necessarily want to go to, you'll see it on social media and you're like, that did look fun, that did look lit, da da da, whatever. And you're like, damn, I'm just kind of living my boring life. And it makes you feel like you're less than in a sense. So that is a really good point.
I do take the point and I do understand it. That's life, man. Keeping up with the Joneses is my parents said it, my grandparents said it.
Yeah.
And so it is a little different when the whole world is the Joneses and not
Because
just
about to
like,
say everybody's the Joneses.
you know, before the Joneses was like the guy in your neighborhood who was like a dentist and like he was doing really
Right.
well for himself. And you were like, damn, I wish I could get like him. And
Yeah.
now you're watching people who are in a different country every other day. But for
Yeah,
one, I would say you don't have to follow those people. I
for
only
sure.
follow people I actually know. And two, at our big age, you have to I understand things. There's a visceral reaction, but you have to internalize it. Internet is not real.
It's right, right,
Uh,
right.
and also, I'm not opposed to paying the overpriced ticket to go to the concert.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't believe a concert can actually be overpriced because if the
Overpriced.
ticket's sold, then by
It's a
definition.
luxury.
It's not
Yeah.
overpriced. Food can be overpriced. Cars can be
And it
overpriced.
is.
Electricity can be overpriced. A concert ticket cannot be overpriced because you could just not
Right.
go.
It's
Uh,
a non-essential. Yeah.
like
True.
it's housing can be
Um,
overpriced, healthcare. But
yeah.
no, I take the point, and I agree. There's a lot of FOMO in it, but I also think part of being an adult is saying, like you say, Friday night in the house and you open Instagram and it's a party. Part of being an adult is being like, nah, I
Right.
just paid such and such. I'm just lay low. I just da 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 da. Like
Yeah.
those are decisions grown-ups have been making for 100 years.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like
And you'd be like, yeah. And it's funny because like like it's like there's a party every weekend, there's an event every weekend. You can't go to all of it. You know what I'm saying? And also like again because there's something every weekend, you can go next weekend,
yeah,
right? And so you'd be like, there are other parties, and then you're inside and you're like, damn it, I should have went.
dude, I'm sure you've experienced this too. I have been to a function, been
Yeah.
with the person I was at the function with. Next day, hop on the gram, see what they post, and be like, "There's no way I was at that
There's
party."
no way that is not that wall that was in that house.
Right. That party was nowhere near as lit. I know
Yo,
I'm dating
dog.
myself with that word, but nowhere
Yeah.
near as lit as you made it seem. I was there. That shit was
Yeah.
mid as hell.
Like, bro,
Uh,
it was not that fun, dog. It was
like,
not.
so it just keeps it in
Yeah.
perspective. Like, I've literally been out with the
Yeah.
person at the function, same deal.
Yeah.
Next day, hop on the gram, like, bro, why you lying to
Yeah.
these people? It was not like
You,
that.
you know what's funny? Because like when I post like my shit, like when I go out sometimes, whatever,
Yeah,
and I feel like I post pretty regular stuff.
yeah,
But when I see them out and I see people are like, "Oh my God, Jordan, you have this such interesting life. Like you're always outside. You're always doing such interesting shit." And I'm like, "Really?" And I
yeah.
tell them like, "I only post when I'm doing interesting shit. It's just because what else am I gonna post?" So they
Right.
think I only do interesting shit. And it's like, no, no, no. You got it backwards.
Is the believe it or not, the camera do lie. There's
No,
all
real shit.
kinds. If you're good at the gram, there's all kinds of little parlor tricks you can do to make
Yeah,
just the way you hold the picture and like
yeah,
there's a shake that you could do or like a zoom or a pan. Like
yeah. The angle is everything. You
yeah,
know.
I promise you, it's not. Some parties are
Yeah.
lit. Don't get me wrong,
No,
but
for sure. Yeah, yeah,
I have seen it with my own eyes. The illusion in action. Like
yeah, 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 yeah. Like there are times where like I posted and I'm like, okay, this does look lit. Like okay,
yeah,
but there are times where I'm like, that didn't look all that. I know where you be at. I know that
right.
shit ain't that fun.
Yeah, man. I'm like, nigga, I was there with you. How did you even
Yeah.
make it look that fun? Like like we was chopping it up. It wasn't even loud. How'd you make it loud? Like we were talking
Oh
the whole
yeah,
time.
yeah.
It's
That wasn't a song on the radio.
yeah, like bro, did you pipe the music in? How did you do this?
No, yeah,
So
certainly there's shit. I'm like, what?
let that be a lesson. FOMO is real, but also the internet is not real life.
Yeah, the
So
social media is not real. It's a highlight reel. No one's gonna be like, I had a shitty day today and post a story of that, unless they're dramatic and want attention.
like nightly news, man, it's if it bleeds, it leads, right? So
Yeah.
it's not interesting to report on somebody who got off work, drove home, and put a pot roast in the oven. Like they're gonna report on the person who got kidnapped. It's
Right.
going to make you feel like everyone got kidnapped, but no, that's
Correct.
it's what's interesting gets the cameras. So
Yeah. And I think you made a good point too one time where you're talking about how like a lot of the work we do, even work whether you're working from home or not, is like confidential. So you can't really post like your work life
yeah,
because you can't see the shit that's on my screen. So
yeah. It's those day in the life videos, which are a bad idea, by the way. You should never
yeah.
advertise how little you're working at work. Uh,
Yes.
sooner or later, someone's gonna ask, "Why am I not paying you to come in here?"
No,
Uh,
I had a moment like that. Well, I work when I work hard when I'm at work, but I remember like I was there was when all the Medicaid big beautiful bill shit happened, and I worked sort of related to that field. I'm not gonna go into it obviously for you know reasons. And my manager, we had a he's like, hey man, just checking on you, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm a little worried, but da 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 whatever. He's like, okay, just keep watch the news, just stay in tune and stuff, and so you'll kind of be aware of what the climate is. I was like, okay, for sure. And then he goes, I know you're very politically conscientious because I see your TikToks. And as he walked, I was like laughing, and then as he walked away, I was like, oh my God, he's seen my TikToks. Like, I'll be saying anything on there.
yeah.
But I'm still employed, so it's all good.